Hello everyone, I'm HeroDev, and welcome to another Frontier update. And this update was quite important, because there was some really cool back-end work that I did, and as you guys will see, there's a lot of new effects going on, because I've added a bunch of new particle effects. So, I'm gonna explain that little thing moving around us, and some other stuff. So, before I go and show anything, I want to just read a little bit about what this update was about, and then we'll get into showing everything. So this is the Crown update, and this update was about making the Mycota, what you'll see on screen now, functional. And the whole idea was to not only make it functional, but also to add a system in the back end for healing to properly apply to entities in the world, and to allow the ability to buff them or debuff them. So, how this is going to be shown is pretty much demonstrating how this will be reacting to an object, and I'll show you that in the game. So, he gives us 3 things that we need to pay attention to. So, one thing that he buffs us with is something called Restoration. And Restoration increases healing from all sources. And our armament that we're wearing right now gives us 20% bonus healing. The next buff it gives is 20% CC reduction. So this in the game is called Fortification, and it is shown through crystals. And you'll see these, or I guess instead of crystals, I guess you could say diamonds. It's shown through these diamond icons, and you'll see that when I go into that. And lastly, actually not lastly, there's like 2 other things. One other buff, before I get to the debuff. The buff is that you also gain some more maximum health. So right now you gain 50 extra health. And now here's the debuff. Now, this is very important for me to explain, because this is how all armaments in the game are going to function. Every armament in the game is going to have some kind of buff, some kind of unique passive, something very unique that buffs you or changes you in some way. Some part of your kit changes. And to make up for this, every crown has a debuff. And these debuffs only apply to you, the wearer, not to anyone around you. So the debuff that this has is it reduces the armor buffs you receive by 30%. So if you were to receive, let's say, 10 armor, that would be reduced by 30%, and you would get a much lesser amount. So that's actually how that works. That's its debuff. And again, everything has this so that everything can be balanced, and everything comes with drawbacks so that it opens a bit of a hole in your playstyle, which allows you to be killed in other ways. So I'm actually now going to demonstrate everything. So, you can see this is my range. It's a rotating object that kind of sticks to the ground depending how far away I am from the ground, and it will pop up if I am too high off the ground to me. So, let me go and bam. So now you can see he's actually being healed, and you actually see the particle effects. So this is what I've been working on. I hope you guys really like my particle effects and how they're looking. I think they look really nice. I would love to get your guys' opinions on them. So, I would like to explain what you're looking at right now. So, I think it's pretty obvious what the healing effect is. The healing effect is little pluses that are bouncing off the ground, and you actually see the healing value, 24. The Mycota gives you 20 healing. So, the reason why we're getting 24 is because of Restoration, which gives 20% more healing. So, while you know that the healing pluses are the burst healing effect, the green aura around that's soaking in these lines into the center of the model, that is Restoration. That's what's amplifying healing. And that means that these little diamonds that are swirling around means these are CC reduction effects. This is Fortification. And Fortification, again, gives CC reduction, and it's always indicated by these diamonds that you see with these streaks. And if I go to my third-person camera, you can see that it's on me. Now, the cool thing about this effect is that when I walk, the trails stretch, and it looks so cool. So if you can see, as I'm walking, you can kind of see. Don't worry about the arms there. That's just but you can see as I move, you can see the streaks, and it's really cool as I sprint and jump. You can see like how they're stretching, and it looks really cool. If I jump on here, you can kind of see how really cool everything looks as I wall jump, or sorry, wall kick. You can really see how everything is really moving, and it looks really cool. So these are 3 effects. I guess counting 4 with the aura, but there's actually some more. So one thing to note is that I went in and I fixed a lot of shield problems. There was a lot of shield problems the other update, which I didn't know. So one thing to note is that the regular little particle effects on the shield that you saw previous update is gone. I just didn't want that there anymore, and there is a parry effect now. So if I can parry, actually, you know what, before I parry, let me show the break effect. So if you guys remember from the last episode, for those who've seen it, if you haven't, I'll explain it right now. When your shield loses all its health when it's toggled on, you get hit with a debuff called break. And break increases all the damage you take from all sources for just a short period of time. And if I hit F4 really quickly, once my shield breaks, you're going to see a cool new effect hanging over my head. So I'm going to add one more. See that? I have a little purple icon or pink icon over my head, and you saw that little explosion of like firework-like effects to show that that player shield has broken. Attack them, because they're going to be dealt more damage. So this is kind of like a penalty for being reckless with your shield. And as you can see, my shield came back, and that was one problem in the other update. The other update, my shield did not regenerate properly. All that stuff is fixed. And if I die, everything is also regenerated properly. So you can see, but if I get a parry, you'll see a new effect. You see those little sparkles now? That's a completely new effect. That's showing perfect parry. So when that's visually shown on your shield, and your shield is white, it shows you that the buff is active. So that's a really cool, again, visual touch that I put. I thought that was a really nice thing to add, and it just looks really nice, you know? I thought I'd go the extra mile to do that. Of course, there's nothing on the gun effects and stuff like that. That will be for the weapon update when we get there this year. But these are the main effects, and I would actually now like to show you guys all the other effects. So let me go over here. So you can see this is new. This little area is new. So I'm going to jump up here, and I'm going to show you all of the effects looping, so you guys can get a much better idea. And I'd love to know, what is your favorite effects, and do these effects look good to you? I would really like to get some people talking about that, so I can know if I'm doing good. Obviously, too, there's more coming to the visuals to change up some things. But as you can see, it's the fortification effect. This is the healing effect that actually isn't being used in the game yet. This is obviously over time healing, so you can see it kind of looks similar to the burst healing or initial healing that you've seen when I reacted with the other objects over there. This is the break effect, which is a little harder to see, but with this being looped, you can kind of see this is how it looks. It looks really cool. You can kind of see it just bursts out and goes on the ground. I actually do have lights enabled on each particle, but I kind of disabled them just for the sake of other people being able to run this, because now the game is in an early access like state. It's in a pre-alpha testing state in the Discord server, and I'll eventually release that to more people, but for right now it's just to a very small select few. If anyone's interested, I would like to know too. But this is the burst healing effect, and this is obviously the aura range. You see, it's a model that I modeled. I have it rotating, and I made this in Blender and then just put it over you. You can see how it follows you in a unique way. But yeah, that's the overall model to show you a healing aura. This is the shockwave effect of the parry, and then this is the perfect parry buff effect. That's how it kind of looks, little sparkles. It's very simple. And this is the restoration effect that increases and amplifies the healing you receive. So this is pretty much everything, guys. Very short update, and I do hope you guys enjoyed this. This is pretty much all the stuff that I kind of did. And while this may not show that there was a ton of content added, we can finally heal and buff things in the game, which is pretty massive, and the way that I'm doing it is very easily controllable. So it's going to be pretty cool. Just to let you guys know, These effects currently don't stack. They're just flat. And that's pretty much how they work. But yeah, if you guys are liking how the game is moving forward, please let me know. If there's anything you guys want to let me know about the game you think I should pay attention to, or any other stuff in the future, let me know. Feel free to tell me that in the comments. And this was pretty much the whole update, really quick, really quick. And the next update I will also I'll talk about right now for a second. So the next update is going to be the Glyph update. The Glyph update is going to be replacing the Gauntlet system, or the Glyph system in general is going to be replacing the Gauntlet system. And the Gauntlet system was the idea of is the idea of siphoning. And siphoning is the act of absorbing energy, and that is the white bar in the bottom left corner. That is the ESPA bar. And the reason why I went ahead and I'm going to change the system is because I want to be able to make things look better. The problem is that the gauntlets, the model, I'll show the model right here. This model does not look good when connected onto the model of this in the game. It looks terrible. I don't like it. So I got rid of the gauntlet system, and it's going to be the Glyph system. And the Glyph system is going to be siphon skills. So when we go and we try and siphon this thing, which there is no animation, but I assure you we are siphoning as I press F. We just have max ESPA, so it's not showing anything. But what will happen is we'll have skills, and these skills will visually be shown through particle effects and other stuff. So to get in more context, you'll know when the update comes up, and I'll explain in detail, and you'll actually see it. So there, you'll get a better idea of what I'm talking about if you don't understand. But pretty much, siphoning is going to be augmented through the Glyph system, and there'll be different siphon skills, and it'll be really interesting. So this was, again, the entire update, and a little bit of info about the next update. Again, I would like to urge you guys that if you're interested in the game, and you're not following any of my social media, to please follow my social media. There is a lot of information that is there. I do know that I've been a little lax of not putting enough stuff on social media. I do apologize for that. I will try to be more active again on Twitter, like I was before, and during development, but I've just been so focused in development and trying to fix stuff that I couldn't show things off because things were in such a quickly changing state that I kind of had to not show things because they were being fixed and altered all the time. So my way of showing all my current work is just by usually through these update videos. It's essentially like my blog and my way of keeping you guys posted on the game. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next update video, which will be the Glyph update, and I hope you guys have a great day.